Okay.
Okay. Okay, it started
Yes, okay.
recording. So let's
Uh-huh.
maybe
Okay.
Dr. Nazil can start with the point from where you left off so that it will take the recording has now
Yes, I
started.
think you should start the designation, no? Is the northern, middle, and the southern. You mentioned the regions that could make up the northern, and then the middle and the southern. And then as for the chain of command, the zonal, regional, and then the national. Right. So regional, zonal, national, right? That one is quite clear.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
So
not
the rights and responsibilities, I guess we have to sit down and do it. We cannot use the entire meeting to deliberate on that one. So
yes.
kindly complete your thoughts and then we'll move on.
So I think where I reached was on the issue about their. I said that it's good we have something like this to show some kind of responsibility they have towards the mother association or the leadership. And I just suggested maybe 30%. This 30%, for instance, we can start with it with the understanding that even like we start with it so that they feel like they are obliged to do something towards the central body. We can take that money and in fact still even make it available back to them to use if they need be, or we think that hey, am I still on? The meeting has okay, it has no time limit. Okay, sorry.
Yes,
So we can
take,
we can take it and even make it available back to them if they need be, or a percentage come back. But probably we should have a way to get for them to be doing have some obligation towards the central body. Okay, then by way of their rights, then we should try as much as possible for every meeting, like either they are national, then the zonal lunch. For that matter, then the national should try as much as possible to have a representative or two representatives to be part of their program. I mean, their zonal program, so that they always know that at least there is that sense of belongingness and if as to like we still care for them. It's not like we have left them as orphans and now it's only when the issue about dues is up then we are searching for them to come.
Okay.
So this will be my initial suggestion so that maybe other members can add on modify some of the suggestion. Thank you and over.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nazir. So any more suggestions? I have some things I wanted to add. Any more suggestions? Okay, so I was thinking, when you said that they should give us like 30% of the dues and then all that. I was thinking that we should do it this way. When it comes to the funds, we should just have one account for all of the Muslim Health Workers Association branches. Okay. And then we will have a way of the membership knowing how much is coming from Northing, how much is coming from Middle, how much is coming from Southing. Okay. And then every year, maybe at the annual general assembly, we'll decide maybe we want to have this number of programs in Northing, Middle, and Southing. So depending on what we have, okay, we national will have a share in helping fundraising and all that, while the zona also will have a share in getting the funds as well. Because if we decide to leave it to them, then it means that the regions that are stronger are the ones who will be working. There will be there definitely will be some that will be contributing more, that might have more members, and so may tend to be doing more programs. And the other side too will be suffering because they may not be that strong. So I was thinking that for it to be a bit more effective and equitable, we should have everything, like especially when it comes to the funding, centralized. When they want to do fundraising for their activities, they are not limited by the fact that the account is a central account. The only limits that they have is that they cannot dip their hands directly into the account. But there are some checks from the national or the board so that they might be able to raise funds, put it into the but it's for them. So if they want it, you request for them and they use it. Because I feel like if we allow them to operate a bit autonomously at this stage, there might be a lot of abuse. I mean, the transparency and things might not be appropriate. The other side of it is that it might be easy for them to manage their affairs and also get the money and do it. Yeah, that's the other side of it as well. But that is my understanding of it. Because if we make the zones determine what comes to national, then national will most likely be ineffective. Okay, means that if the zones don't get, national doesn't get. Okay, whereas national is more supervisory, we may not be even using their funds for anything. They will be using their funds, but it will serve as a way of us monitoring and also helping to regulate activities in the organization. I don't know if you have other views to that as well.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Yeah, regarding your inputs, it's very laudable, but I think it's going to, the executives at those zonal may be handicapped somehow. The reason why I'm saying that is that if you take, for instance, we have associations like JRNME, they have the national branch, we have the regional branches. And what happens is that they allow the regional branches to take charge of their own financial issues and then probably give a percentage to the national. So I believe once associations are just like, you decide to join the association, people are just on the platform for being on the platform's sake. But in membership category, probably they don't even have any membership card to even attest that they are part of us. And we haven't been able to even create all these modalities in place for us to be able to identify our members as well. So I feel that now that we are initiating the whole thing, we should rather allow them to take charge of their own affair, and then let's allow them to give us a percentage so that if they have plans at the end of the day, we can give them the mandate that, please, can you draw your itinerary for the year so that we know their plans. And if they have any activities too, they could even share some pictures, some videos on the main platform to even encourage other zones who are not rather making commitment to pay their dues. You understand? So when we realize that maybe one zona is more vibrant and active and they are sharing their experiences with the members, I trust that those experiences shared would rather motivate the other zonals who are not doing their bits and may even feel intimidated somehow. So I think allowing them to take charge and giving them the nod that we trust in them and we trust that they would deliver and bring they would deliver to meet our vision and mission is something that we should rather empower them to take charge of. But it shouldn't be like they are there and we are at the top and we want to control everything they are doing. I don't think in that way it wouldn't, personally, I feel it would not work. And they might even be more reluctant even in collecting the dues to even bring it to the accounts, you know. But when they know they take the dues, they are responsible in taking or they are responsible in delivering or executing whatever they are using their dues for. At the end of the day, they shared their experience, they shared whatever they are doing with us, and we applaud them. We gave them accolades. Sometimes we can even give them certificates. How do you call them? This
Citations.
Then we bring it, and then we also let them feel that, oh, we really applaud what they are doing. The good thing they are doing is being appreciated. In so doing, people would want to also emulate, and I think we'll do
Okay.
a great job from that angle. That's how
So,
I feel.
yeah.
personally.
So, is there any similar suggestion with RGSO? RGSO?
Yes, please.
Okay. Please add on your voice. Because I have something to say that is a bit different, so I wanted to listen.
Yeah, so in line with Ajajare's suggestion, your fear actually is possible, or it's a possibility that yes, maybe you give them the chance at this initial stages, maybe there may be some tendency for abuse, but the other side of it also is there that if they are to bring to you and then they see some limitations as if they don't have free hands or something, then even the collection ultimately may not be done properly. The other point I think you raised about for regions or zones that are not performing too well, so that those that are doing well can cushion them. Yes, that could be a way of going about it. But the downside of it also is possible that others may relax and think that others will go and raise the funds and then they will be taken care of, as human as we are. So maybe if we go by the suggestion that they should pick and give a percentage to national, whatever national takes, as you rightly said, national ultimately is to be likely to be playing some supervisory role, may not maybe be engaging in that huge major programs. Then the 30% will be rechanneled to be supporting the dormant or the weaker zones, as it were. That I think is more, it looks more feasible and more engaging to pursue compared to the other one that you said. That's what I have. Thank you.
Okay. So I know maybe you both have organizations that you might be relating to. That is why you're also suggesting this. So I was taking it from a corporate point of view, where the organization is not seen as different. So these are like branches of a corporate institution, so the corporate has or the organization has an agenda, and then the branches are working together to achieve that agenda. Okay, so if you look at like the Ghana Medical Association like this, we pay everything into our Ghana Medical Association, the fund. So it doesn't go into Ashanti Regional or Cape Coast or, no other region. It just goes into the fund. And if Ashanti is organizing a program, they inform National. National gives them some support, and they also solicit for some support, you see, and then they work on it. If any other region is like, that is how it's done, because it's easy to for the fund to be collected at one central point, you see. And so that is what I am envisaging. Okay, that if we allow people to determine, or branches to determine, what should go into the national coffers, okay, then it's kind of limits it in some way. But if you guys are not seeing anything wrong with it, and you think that we should allow it, I think we can try it out for now and see how it works. Okay. But I was thinking that if everything went into one coffers, the transparency, everything will be better than having multiple branches with multiple accounts, and then trying to reconcile all these accounts into one. Okay. So those were my concerns. And you know that invariably the dues are a very tiny portion of what you use to organize programs. Invariably, it's contributions and philanthropic donations and things like that that really go into the programs. You see. However, if you have an efficient way of collecting the dues, probably the dues could also see some higher percentage in that. And then my other issue was that if we had a central collection thing too, we could somehow also metamorphosize into something else, like a cooperative, something like that. Alongside it, you have dues, is there everybody, if you want to have a loan, but it's a bit maybe ahead of us currently. But those were my thoughts, that if we do it zonally, we may not have the cohesion in terms of that strong backing as an account, like for the entire association, because your funds will be bits and pieces in different areas. But if it was the one account for all, maybe then it's like if you talk about Mossad, the association, this is what we have. Then it covers every single branch. Okay, you're accounting for it, all those things can easily be done and monitored, not necessarily about dispensing the money that, I have control over the money, because having it in your account doesn't really mean that you have control over it, So that is some of the other things I was also looking at. Anyway, so we can take a decision amongst, if there are no other varied views but the two views that have been proposed. I mean, let's hear from the others who have not spoken, and then we move on because the time is.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum. I think that, this, I mean, I think the two ideas are very welcome, but I'll consider the Dr. Asher's idea. But first of all, let's see branches go. The accounts. Then if it went well, when they opened their branches and it went well, then we discuss it with the others and the executives that this is what we want to do.
Malamin, please come again.
I lost you briefly, so I didn't get what you.
Hello. Hello. Oh, Malamin, are you there?
Probably it might be his network.
Yeah, he's here, but it doesn't look like his microphone is active. It's not moving.
Oh, he's
gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, probably. Yes. Okay. So he was trying to, I think what I got from him was like he was trying to merge the two. We should start with, but I think if we want to adopt something, we should look at what others have done and has worked. Okay. We can decide to hold on to this aspect. Now the launching is important, and then do some more research. The other organizations like Ghana Muslim Mission, they have branches around. How did they do it? Okay. Ajia, you're talking about the midwifery. So are you saying that you don't contribute from the pay slip, but you contribute to your local branches? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that at our various, like we have GRNMA branches, we have the regional ones. Apart from the dues that they pick directly from source, we do collect dues at zonal level. But that zonal level, we don't.
We take two dues, one at source and one at zonal. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
So it's
Point.
adding some clarification to the issue, you know.
But as it stands now, because of the people are even against it. You know, when people don't see the work you are doing, they will prefer not
Yes,
to
the
allow you
national
to.
one.
Exactly. So a lot of people are protesting the deduction from source. And some people are saying that they are even not part of the association, and a whole lot of issues coming up. But what I
Yes.
wanted to put across was that initially, when they were taking some of the money at the zonal or the regional level, we were paying some to the national. That is what I knew. But right now, me, for instance, I don't even attend their meetings, so I don't know whether.
Okay.
So the issue is a bit, Sister Anima, you are also part of us. Bring your view regarding this issue I'm trying to bring on board. What's your experience like regarding this? Because now I'm a vagabond, I don't attend meetings anymore. Anima Day.
Hello.
Yep, we are waiting for your inputs.
Hey. Well. I think I side with you. What Ajajara said. Hello. Wait.
Sajia, we can hear you.
I said I think I side with you. What you said initially concerning the setting up of the zones, but at least their activities and everything should be monitored and accountable, so that you also be aware of whatever that they are doing. Afemwa do kai.
And then me area. And then me area. Tell them when you know, cause I bring come da. Me that 8. And then me area.
Okay.
Sorry,
So let's end this one here. Dr. Nazir, you have something to say?
Yes, I'm getting more enlightened on what is informing probably certain things or some of these decisions the associations are taking.
Yeah.
You see, if maybe the membership, they are this salary workers and you want to get it, then the best way is to deduct it into a common source. If you are to deduct into the various sources, but honestly, to post challenge, that is what.
Yeah.
So maybe that is why then these organizations, GMA, is collecting it into a common pool.
Yeah.
But then you know that if the people themselves have to be paying from their various branches or from their various levels, then that one, it looks like it's rather managed at that level. So it looks like it will be more feasible, or it looks more practical that so long as our collection mode is not through deduction, unless that is what we intend doing. If we want to do deductions from source, then maybe the central collection should be the way forward. But if we want to do it like members, they pay us and when, then I think the first one we were discussing that we should do it and let them manage and rather give us this thing. We give them more, I think they'll be more comfortable with it. And if we want to monitor actually what is also happening, then maybe we'll put in certain clauses so that maybe some leadership at the national level have some, if you like, I don't know, so like they are part of the other signatories or something. So that whatever they do, not that the fellow decides on what should be done, but they should be informed of what is to take place so that the national office is always in the know or is kept in the loop of what is done. Something like that we can go around.
Okay, Dr. Nazir. Yeah. No. So I think we are all like we are making some headways. So what we all envisaged with this thing was that ultimately we wanted it to be from source at some point in future, because that will make deductions a bit smoother and easier, and take away all the frustrations of talking to people, getting them to agree every single time you want money from them. There's another thing that I am also exploring in terms of the dues. They have these short codes that you can get from either the mobile monies, the networks, the telcos, so that with our mobile money linked with our to our account, we can get members to donate or register these short codes. And then when on a monthly basis, they have some deductions into that account, and that can be a source of the dues, you see. Because like, if we burden ourselves, look at this issue about payment. We've gone through it so many times before, how we struggle to get payment, even amongst executives, to even for the dues. Yes. So if we have something like that we can engender people to do, and it is an automated system, then it will help or every branch as it is. And we can really legislate, maybe put some clauses to it as to how they should be shared in terms of the zones. But if you have a central thing and you as a zone, you already go collecting money and soliciting for, I don't think you should be giving national anything. That is my thinking anyway. If there's a central collection point for the entire association, our activities, and then zones are also collecting, why should zones give to national when it is not the dues? It is like their own effort that they are making to get things to work, to get a to work. You get it? So from that point there, it shouldn't even come. Maybe they should be accountable. We should know that they haven't misused the money. It hasn't gone to people's pockets. It has been used for what they intended it to be used for. Then that one, there's no need about it coming to national, or even a percentage of it coming to national. But if it is like the dues that is supposed to be at the central for the use, it should be just at a central collection point. That is my view anyway. So
so
I think
let's clear it first before we move on.
We should clear it though.
This view. It depends on how you are looking at it. That if indeed national has money with it, then there is no, as we are putting, there's really no need for this, if you like, seeding or giving something to national at any point. Two, but the whole idea is to see that the national or the central point keeps the group together. So if the dues are not coming, and already you have made it that, okay, as for dues, that is what goes to national. As for what is generated internally, we don't let nothing comes. Okay, so at the end of the year, they will say, oh, the dues that came, maybe it's not enough. Meanwhile, through their personal efforts, they've been able to generate much, and nothing is coming to you. Then they invite you for their program. How do you go? So yes, maybe at this initial stages, we shouldn't worry much about where is the money, the segregation.
Yeah.
Maybe screening properly.
Yeah. So we can further explore. Let's hang it for now. We will further explore it per our various
But Presido.
Yes.
Salam alaikum.
He's calling me, so you can go on. Just go on. I'll talk to him and then.
But I can see that there is one guy who is championing the whole thing from the northern zone. How about we, like, maybe in our subsequent meeting, bringing him on board so that we all deliberate and also know his mind or his view about whatever he thinks? Because I think he is pushing it that we should set up that northern zones. Or what do we think? And then maybe based on that, we can come out clearer and know the objectives and everything maybe he tries to bring on board. Then from there we can conclude.
Okay. So it's also a good suggestion. Like
Because
we just picked up
yeah.
some thoughts from him. What I found from this exercise actually is that okay, ideally, this is an exercise
Yeah.
that leadership here should have done before even
He yeah.
but because we've not been able to do it, and now
Mhm.
there's like an opportunity before us that we should streamline to get it on board. That's why we are not
Mm.
having this discussion. Yes, it's still in order that we have the discussion without having anybody in mind. So we just think that, okay, I mean, it is not even him coming with this idea that, okay, he has taken some initiatives. What will we have suggested to be the roadmap or the way forward whenever something of that nature will be done? So that's okay. We have something in place. So if only he's coming in, then like if okay, you will have just come to follow what has been suggested already. Otherwise, if we make it like, as I said, I agree that yes, we can pick up suggestions from him, not necessarily to let him know as if we want to know what he thinks before we make the guideline. Ideally, we should make the guideline and anybody coming in rather comes to follow. But
Yes, we should do it that way. But we can put a clause to it.
otherwise,
We can put a clause
when
that
somebody else,
as we are in the formative stages, some of the
review,
operations may not be effective until certain things have been done, you know. Okay.
that's
Mm,
but not out of order. Maybe Grapevine, we can just some of us in chatting with him can just okay, how does he envisage something like this? Maybe to work out or something. Fine. We can also just share unofficially what his thoughts are. But it will be good that we set the guideline. Then anybody at all who makes some efforts to also come on board has to follow it. Yeah, I think
okay.
it should be.
Okay, please, what was I had Nima's suggestion? I was off then when she was making it.
No, I suggested that, like, since we are, although it is halfway talked about, maybe we can have another Zoom meeting with I've forgotten his name. That's
Alaji Pima.
particular and
Yes.
also like know what, because I know him, he's very influential and he's been doing this. So maybe depending on whatever suggestions that maybe he brings on board, then we will also do what but
all right.
for now, I think we the executives have to do something before he even comes in.
Yes,
so what we are doing, so
okay. That is fine. And so Nazir was reacting to what you said. Is that not so?
Yes. So we should. So
Okay. Baba.
so now, so now we should now look at the launching. Okay. Now we've decided that okay, so they are going to form like the base or the starter for the Northern Zone. Okay. How many executives are going to be zonal executives? Okay. Those rights and responsibilities we can mirror for national what we want the zonal to also achieve. Okay. We can mirror it if the zonal chairman or these things, but we need to indicate the role, the positions. What positions are available for zonal? And then I want to find out when we have zonal, will we also be having regional? In that case, we have to then do for both zonal and regional. And do we also have institutional or because I feel like if we have so many levels of bureaucracy now, it will do very well for you in terms of your annual general meeting. You will get a place full because people will come for institution, from region, and from zones. Okay. But when it comes to operations, sometimes it becomes cumbersome because Then there is a region, who is under who, is region under zone, is, there are some power struggles sometimes. And then in terms of some of these things, so we have to really have a thorough look at it. A regional, zonal, institutional, how we want to go about it. You see, that should be something that should be in the constitution, so that we can mirror it across the entire nation if we agree on it. But not it. I think it is too much for our Zoom meeting today. If you all agree with me, we can hang that one. I don't know, or we should take a decision on that. Do you get it? Because it's quite extensive to do, and it's we need to really think about it and see how we do it.
Yeah, we have to think about it deeply.
Yes.
Just consider it like that.
Well,
so let's put it aside.
Yes,
I don't
Nazir.
know. I was thinking it was very simple and easy.
It's simple. Okay,
Very
then
simple.
give us give it to
I
us.
thought so. I thought
Okay.
so. And maybe the way my thinking is going is just on the surface. That's why I'm not seeing how deep it is. I was thinking that, okay, if the national office is there and you want to do something at the zonal, the positions there. And then at the zonal level, we replicate it at the regional. Region, we replicate them at the institution. And the same thing at the whatever, up to the lowest level.
Okay. So we should do it the same.
Just that. It should
Okay.
just be the same.
All right.
And the only difference is that at what unit can become functional depends on the people available. If we
Yes.
have a group of 10 people in an institution and they are very active, we let them form the institution. And probably if the whole institution in the whole region, that's the only institution that is active. Yes, they are institutions, just like now we are trying to do. We can let them be for the institution and ask them to serve as a focus to be able to form the region. So they serve as like acting something in regional capacity as they help extend it to the others. Whenever the whole region, other institutions too are formed, then they can now come together to maybe choose substantive executives. The same way, if there's a particular region that is very active, we let them serve as a focus for the zone so that through their influence, they can get other regions also maybe to be active. And then together. So something like
yes. So currently what you're proposing is for the formative nature, because we are now forming. But if we are established and we have active institutions, we have active regions and active zones. Okay.
So the key word there is active. Okay.
Yes. If we have them, now we are just starting. So we can do it that way because it's formation. So we can have this ad hoc nature of it. That this is so they will be working like that. But when they are established, how would they then work? Is it that we'll leave it and let it come to that time, and then we sit and work on it, or we just do it as you are saying, we replicate it, and then as they grow and mature, then they fill in those positions. If they are not enough, so we write it like that in the constitution. If at the point there is conflict in anything, at that point they can resolve it when that conflict arises. Is that also? So that would be easier for us if we take it that way.
At every point we may be coming back again to come and discuss what do you do.
Yes. Okay.
If a group of people in an institution say they want to form, then we have to come and sit and think, what do we do? But if it is already there, maybe they'll just follow it and it is done.
All right. Okay.
We just really active. When they are
yeah. So my other thing is that in that regard, will the zonal be independent of the regional executives, or the regional executives will join in to make up the zonal executives? Do you get it? If, for instance, we have well-established regions and the regions have the executives and we want to form the zone, should we pick the zonal executives from the regional executives so that there can be some coordination or cohesion amongst them to make up the zone? Or should we pick the zonal executives to be independent of the regional executives? Do you get it? In that regard, if maybe we're doing the zones independent, then you could have people coming from one region, okay, making up the zone. In that case, it won't be too representative of the entire zone. But if maybe we say that, okay, at least this number should come from every region, okay, then we will have some form of representativeness. And then maybe that will also breed some cohesion.
Okay, I get it. Maybe to help us move forward, you see, because constitutions are living documents. When it gets to that point, then we can look at it and then amend appropriately.
Okay.
So as it is now, see, it's quite something that is possible to happen and in the near future. But as it is now, I think that if we can just set up what we envisage it to happen, I mean, how we envisage it to operate, then just leave it like that. As the thing is expanding and now it's taking flesh and whatever, these things are likely then to come up, and then we can add on certain clauses to help make some representation.
All right.
Yes, feature at those levels, just like maybe the national. If I think earlier on I was suggesting, okay, now here the center and Ashanti region serve as the nation. But as these zones are formed and they are, I mean, gaining feet in terms of how their work are being done, we come to a point that then now, okay, then they should decide on who leads them and how should the representation of this leadership be. Then we can move from there.
Okay. Okay then. So it means that then in the interim, in the launching of the northern sector, we are going to do the 3 regions, and then we are also going to do a zonal executive, because they have formed 3.
All things being equal. If all those 3 regions are ready or are willing that they can pick up that regional, then it will be good that we form it. We help them form it.
Okay. Okay. So that is number 1 thing that we do.
Just explain to them. Maybe we just let them understand the context, such that some may be there, but as a region, they may not be able to function so well. But when they are at the zonal level, yes, they can come and draw some experiences and later look at the region. So maybe we can discuss.
Hello, who is there?
Hello.
Yes.
Nura, you are here. You are which one? Are you the Huawei one?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I thought
you were missing in action.
No, I have been there, except that my listing was mute. I didn't know I could talk in. I've been talking. I realized nobody is hearing what I'm saying.
I
didn't know I had to unmute the so I just started shouting because it's like I am not there.
And your fault, why? Computer and bawa bench. Your fault.
When you cry, okay. With this zonal something, I have seen we already have 3 northern regions already. I mean, by PIMA, you understand. So where the zonal thing comes in, having to get regional executives, I mean, 3 northern regions having their own executive is okay. But to think that we should have regional executives, that one, it's making the whole thing look some way. There's going to be when there's a need for a meeting or a national meeting, what about the executives, the national regional executive nominating, because they have president, I mean, within their executive, getting us representation from that to come and represent. I'm not seeing the whole thing. Let's just launch. They have their executives. We make them start off like us. You understand? And when there's a need for them to have a regional meeting or they can delegate, and they're from there, maybe in-house, they can say, we are going to have a meeting with national executive. So a regional, three northern region, bring your own, or maybe 2 from each. Then they come and then take a meeting with us and then go back to relay. But if not, it will be too much. Right? Anyway, that is what I am seeing though. Because even on the platform, if you have seen, it looks as like there's a crisscross. The people who are supposed to be on the Savannah zone, I have seen some in the just go and check if you are under this thing on that platform. You would see one person being able to crisscross within the 3. So I'm like, so we can have not this one a Savannah region, a Deba region, the same person is just on that 3, you understand, which is just like our executive platform here. I mean, we Ashanti here, we can have all those. So I'm just looking at it. So I just felt like even calling Pima to ask, because he somewhat has been with these people. They all have passed through his hands. The last time we met in Accra and we discussed this at length, I gave him, we talked about this. And then he said almost he could mobilize like 200 of his students. You get it? So when you even mentioned that it could be institutional and whatnot, no, these people aren't so much, they are workers, but they are students among we can have all those people on that. I don't know actually if you're getting it. We still can have all those people among that. Yes, you get it. So let's
what
like
you're saying is that as it stands now, that is the way it is, isn't it?
Yes.
So we're trying to just like look into the future, that if we are doing a national organization, like the hierarchy, the levels, but as it stands now, it's like how we are having an ad hoc meeting. We'll call executive, we are the ones that we call national, we are the ones that we call annual, we are the ones here. Do you get it? It's the same people. Because it is still it's still in the formative sense. But this is a case where he has organized 3 regions. Even if they are people crisscrossing, okay, they are quite separate regions. Do they want to work together? If they are working together, then there will be like a zone, all 3 of them working together. Or would they be doing activities in their different regions? Then in that case, they are like regional. Or is it that they want to do something at the national level? Then we can come in and help them. Inti, we're saying that, okay, in that respect, no, if we can't do a zone now, if we will report to Pima after this what we want as an organization. If we say, no, these are our levels, and then we ask them what can they do. You see, can we get zonal? Can we get regional? If they say yes, we can get zonal, we can get regional, we'll go for it. If they say, oh, the same people who do the regional will do the zonal, we say that, okay, we can still put your name there as zonal and still put your name there as regional. Do you get it? Or we decide to sacrifice any. It's just to get the thing working or something started, like how you want us to launch, So it is not like carved in stone that if it is this way, it will remain this way. Like what Dr. Nazi was saying. I mean, we are still forming. So we want this in our constitution as the ultimate. But as we are forming now, we have to see how it works. So just make it work. Even though we have the constitution, we put it aside. We can't implement everything to the letter in the constitution. So we will make it work the way we can make it work. Then as we grow, then we can look at how we can fine tune it, make it like an ish association. Everything should be smooth and all that. But in our current state, we just go with what we can get results with. Does it satisfy you?
It's okay.
So now when we are going to them, we'll go to them for both zonal and regional. If they say that no, then we'll say, okay, what can we do? Then we'll do what they say we can do. Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
so now that is
So,
number one, the executives.
President.
Yes.
Yes. So
Nazim.
I think that you are raising a cogent point that we should ask them that how do they intend operating? I think that should help us on this either regional or on the zonal offer.
Yeah.
There's also that tendency that if really they will not benefit from the zonal and you form it, it will just be something redundant or forced.
Yes.
So let's find out what they want to do. Then we go back.
We give them our leadership and they give them what they can do. Then we would merge it and get something that is workable. Okay, so that is number one. Number two is the timeline. When do we want to get it done? Okay.
Are
And
they
number
ready?
three is the how. And they were asking me, even before I went for the exam, and I told him that, you should please hold on, I'm going for exam and now. Yes. So they are willing to.
Then, Dr. Aisha, regarding when we would want them to launch the Northern Zone, I think we should rather get in touch. We have to work hand in hand with them. So I think the best thing is to consult them to find out their plans, what they intend, when they intend launching it. Then we would rather factor it into our plans because they are doing the thing and they need our blessing.
So I asked them that. So they should give us what they are planning, and they said they were looking for us in terms of leadership. So it means that we should propose something that is suitable for us, and they can also fit into it. What you are saying? So because I gave them the opportunity, I told him at that time, what do you have? And he was like, oh, you are the national leader, so what do you have to say? So he threw it back to me. You see, I don't know, Nura, if he has given you any other hint on what he wants.
No, he was, I mean, just as he said to you, he was like, we are executives. I mean, we are an national and whatever it is that we would okay.
So do you get it now? So
yeah,
now
I get
let's
it.
decide.
So it's like we planning and then they coming on board because we need them now. We wanted them to come. So this is what we want them to do. I mean, this is how then because even on the platform, we haven't actually told them what they are there for. All they know is that they have been put together in regions and they are on a platform. We haven't even gone to welcome them, to tell them why they are here, yet to meet them. So I'm glad after this meeting, we are able to now tell them this is it, and maybe this is what is underway. From national, we are about doing this. So they could also be thinking about how maybe we might get ideas as well. Not from Pima alone, but Pima and his own caucuses, even the people on the platform. I mean,
then in that light, can we give them by the close? We are in October, November, December, before November ends. Before November ends, they should pick the date and let's launch it before the year ends. Because December is a busy year.
Yeah.
December is a busy year, so putting so many activities there will be a bit cumbersome. So maybe
so it still comes back to us.
So how will the launch be? I don't know. I don't understand. Is it that we are moving to North to launch them, or we are launching them on Zoom or creating platform for them? I don't know. How will it be?
So now the how. We've given the when.
The how they can. For the how, I think.
The when is when. No, let's clarify the when. The when should be what? By November.
The when by the end of November.
Okay, so we are noting that by November ending we should what?
We should so they could fix their dates before November ending. That's okay.
Okay.
Hello.
So that is the when. Now the how. Somebody's
the how they could do their face-to-face, and those of us who
Angela, is that your hand?
Pardon?
Is that
Yeah,
your
my hand
that
has
is
been up. You have not been calling, so I've decided to start talking.
Sorry, I just saw it. Sorry.
Born before computer.
Okay. Sorry.
I've raised up
Continue.
my hand. I'm tired, so I've decided to start talking.
Yes, continue, please.
Yes. So I said that if any of the executives can make it and join them face to face, and we should also find out how they also want to do it. I'm sure they would wish to, invite like Sister Nima. Ajia Nima mentioned that Pima is highly influential. He can bring people on board. To bring the affluent people on board for them to see that
the community leaders.
Exactly, that there is something of this nature that he is spearheading, sort of. So if that is his plan to launch it, maybe any of us who is available could, go there and visit. And if they could also streamline it either live on Facebook or live on Zoom, and we can also, some of us who can also travel could also join and then be part of the program. I think that will be very laudable.
Okay. Thank you, Ajia. So Ajia is suggesting that for the launching, we engage them. So I know the launching would involve some monetary aspects as well. Exactly. I was thinking that we could do the launching either as a mini clinic, to launch it. So if there's a short briefing, get the executives sworn in, and then we have a mini clinic in the community, like a full days program, and we get a launch plus a program. Then we kickstart. So that was my idea of the launching.
That's a very nice one.
Yeah. So I don't know if we have any other ideas. Now, if we have any other ideas about the launching, so it will just be a day's program. We will have nominations from national going. If you can all go and we have the money to foot the transport, why not? But if we can't, at least either myself or no one of us must be there as the president of the vice, and then another person or two should also join. And then we do it appropriately. If more can go, it's also appropriate. Whether the Zoom and all that, the Zoom, maybe we could do the Zoom or something like Facebook, those Facebook video
live. Because this
live, the Facebook live, that one, people who are also not like those in the southern sectors will also have a look at it, and they can also envisage when their own two might be coming on. Do you get it?
Exactly.
So it can be a Facebook live thing where we invite all our members across the platforms that, this is what is happening at this particular branch. We are doing this. Everybody should tune in and see. Maybe now the next coming is the Southern Zone. Something like that. You see. So I think now we have exhausted that point. We now have who we are electing, when we are doing, when they are going to be sworn in, and how we are going to do it. If there are any other suggestions to that point, then we continue. If not, then we close that one and then we move on to the next one. I think today we can just do two. We may, there's one thing that I put our other matters, but I might put it before the Zoom series come, and we adjourn the meeting to another time, maybe next week or something. Because it's now 10:21. And I don't know.
Hey.
Yes.
We are breastfeeding mothers.
Yes.
We are breastfeeding mothers.
Please, so what do you say
we
to
are
what
breastfeeding mothers?
Discussed, please. Salaam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Should we move on, please?
Yes, please.
Some small question, two questions.
I agree with.
Yes, please. Your hand is up, please.
Let's Dr. finish.
Okay.
Dr. Naziri,
Oh no, the president. Oh,
Aye.
you can't hear me. I'm sorry. I'm saying that I'm only agreeing to what the president has suggested by way of the lunch. Then the representation from the national office or the national executives who will be joining. Just to agree that that suggestion is good with me. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nazir.
Mm.
Please go ahead, please.
Yeah, please. I have 2 questions
Yeah.
about the executives.
Yeah.
How will their leader be called? Is it president, chairman, or what? Because I don't think
Chapter
we.
chair. Chapter chair.
It will be president. It will be zonal president, original
Even
Then
president.
we have
Yeah.
2 presidents in one association.
No, so
Yes,
there'll be
it
chapter
happens.
chairs.
Don't you know? We have national presidents. We have
You
look at
know what?
Jimsa. They have Jimsa national president. They have Jimsa
Yes.
Ashanti Region, Jimsa Cape Coast, Jimsa Western.
Oh,
They
Yes.
have
So
Jimsa
can't it be
KNUST.
chairman or what?
We want to do chapter chair. We will use chairman. We will use president. We will not do what Susa is doing.
And secondly,
Okay. So you want us to use what? Please come again.
They are chapter
This for
chairs.
me is just a semantic to me, whether they are chairman or. Okay, so it is chairman.
Then secondly, the
So
second
that's
question.
what Ashanti, regional chairperson. So is that what you are saying?
Yes.
So they'll
second
have a
question.
regional chair, regional vice chair, then secretary, treasurer, those kind of things. That's how we're going to do it. And the president will just be the national president, the one who will have the president.
Yes,
That's what
yourself. Okay, God, the one. Finish.
Oh, yes, yes.
And the VIP,
So-
no competitor for VIP. No competitor
Thank
for
you.
president.
Thank
Hey, no. Soon. I told you that we have to open
Please,
up.
the second
negotiation
question.
soon. Okay, please, another one.
The between one.
Mhm.
The between one, the one Aja Mickey's
Fidium.
Are they Fidium, sorry.
Yeah.
Are they fully launched?
We would
Are
do
they
it.
what?
Fully
No.
launched? Because I'm not
No.
okay.
You say, are
It's
they
not
fully
launched.
what?
Launched.
Oh, but we launched it when we did the
We
mini
went
clinic,
to
we
launch
launched
it.
them.
Well, I mean, you were
Hey,
there.
sir.
Hey,
Hey.
yeah,
Every
took
day
our
mini
phone-
clinic,
And
we
for your
who
lunch.
launched
and who
them.
are
I
the
forgot
executives?
we
Because
launched them.
I only know about Hajia Mickey and the other guy. And I
Hey,
don't
Gani.
even know
But
their
more than
position.
that, they had
Gani.
their list. We had their list.
Oh,
There was one
we want to launch. Oh,
Yes,
Then
we
maybe I
launched
wasn't
them.
there.
Hey.
Yes,
Any
we
heavy-
did. We launched them.
And
Hey, you forgot we have videos of that. We went to stand after
it's
we
true,
did
it's
the
true.
this
They
thing.
brought the videos on the platform.
Yes, we launched them.
Hey,
Oh. We
they are
launched
The
launching
them.
videos were
Papa.
brought to the platform.
Yes.
Yes.
So they are like
Okay,
original.
then-
They were
then-
original.
That was the
then-
first this thing action direct aid project we did in Fidim.
Yes,
Then we did the
yes.
Yeah, I know we did program with them, but it's not
okay.
my-
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
not
very
sure.
good.
Line them.
We
Okay.
did it,
Did.
sir.
So in that light, because now the national executive, some of us don't know the regional executive. So I think we should have a common platform
Okay.
to accommodate so that we know that these are the executives we
Executives.
have.
Okay.
Okay, so that we
Well
can
noted.
also have that relation with them. I think in that
Yes.
way it's very great. Yeah.
It's in order.
And that is
Yes. Well
awesome.
noted. Well
And then
noted.
I also heard Hajia Nura mentioning that we now have 3 different platforms. Some people are crisscrossing. In fact, I'm not privy to this information and I'm not aware of this.
Oh no. Okay.
platform.
AJ, what I'm saying is that PIMA created 3 groups, the 3 northern regions, and have put them on a platform like
Okay.
Savannah Zone, the other 3, the 3 northern regions. So they are there.
Okay.
He has created the platform and then given it to us to manage. So they are those people we are planning for.
Okay.
Now, there are those we are talking about.
Is that platform in existence? I don't know.
It
Yes,
is,
yes,
it is for those ones. It is.
Yes. So they
So
put
you are
myself
operating
and
them.
Mira on the platform.
Come
yes.
again.
You
When
are
we
the
are
one
on those
operating them, but
platforms.
because I'm not aware of that one.
Yes, we haven't.
Yes.
Still, that's what I'm saying. We haven't
Because
even
we
introduced
hadn't launched
ourselves
them.
yet.
Yes.
It's
So
Pima who has
he-
formed that,
it was
put
like
them
a
into
show of his
regions,
work.
and has
He
told
said that
us
he
that.
has already
Okay.
So,
Okay.
as we have finished talking as an executive, we will now go and introduce ourselves. We'll add up and tell them we are the executive, and then the purpose for which they have been brought there, because they are on a platform, sending just reminders on the platform without knowing why they are there. Though Pima has told them this, but we are
you
yet
are-
to, as
Okay,
executive,
you are the
tell
shadow
them.
president there. Okay.
Yeah. So So
Okay.
now the next thing is that after, I think we should add this one to the items for the nothing, after the launching, the plan of work, what do we expect them to achieve within the coming, their tenure? First of all, we have to also look at the tenure. What is their duration for work? Are they going to be like for 3 years or for a year, or like how we have been doing? It's not the norm. We are just being executives for this long because we haven't been able to work it out for others to take over.
It's because
But
our
we should have,
constitution is not working, Presido.
yes. So we should
Uh-huh.
have a tenure.
Let's incorporate
Maybe
it into our
10.
constitution. Then it will bind everybody.
Yes.
Otherwise,
So
Okay.
no, but even if it binds you and you are not able to even get people to take up the position, what is happening? You will just be sworn in and you continue to work.
Okay, so if you have mentioned 10 or 2 years would be okay for efficiency. You understand?
2 years. All right. Do you all agree with 2 years?
2 years
or
is
more?
short.
2 years is short. Let's give them 4 years.
Ghana
Four
one day,
years.
Ghana, we are sure. But if
Let's
I was
do 5.
thinking, if time is of the essence, they would work. It would be like, and then we don't change the winning team. If they really are working, there will
We
not
can't
be
change. No, we will change. You have to allow.
No, I understand what I'm saying to them.
Yes.
If they are working, okay.
Yeah, if they are working, the people will still vote them into power and they will continue. Very
Exactly.
simple.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Because the people who choose the leaders.
Yes. And if they are working, there will not be the need. So whether 4 years or 2 years, what it is that the people who are handed or responsibility should know that a lot is expected of them. But to relax and think that time is up, we have too much time, 4 years here. But if you peg them and let them be up and doing, within 2 years, you are supposed to achieve this. Then it means, but we understand Ghana, it is just time for them to, maybe it is the last year they will ginger up to come and do something.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Now
Well
I agree.
noted.
I
Well
agree with
noted.
you. 2 years.
Well noted. Yeah.
Well said. VIP.
Yes. So the tenure will be 2 years. The tenure will be 2 years. We will incorporate that one in our constitution. Okay.
Regarding the BA, have they also formed zone or they are just regional? That of Hajia.
It's regional. It's regional. Yes,
so
it's regional.
I'm sure they should also have a zone that they could start operating. Now, cover some number of regions.
They are in our zone, so it is together.
And they are part of us.
Yeah, they are in the middle zone.
They are part of the middle zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now the next one we're supposed to be doing is Zoom series, isn't it? But let's leave that one out and then let's go to what the discussion we had this afternoon. Hajia Nima, are you here? Hajia Nima.
Hey, breastfeeding mother. What we work on that?
Okay. Then mommy brief more. Now 2 weeks ago, okay, I had a call from Hajia Nima about some philanthropists in the Ashanti region who were raised in the Salmon Zongo area, Aswansi area, okay. And they thought about giving back to their community in terms of health. So they thought about doing a program like this, a health screening. Okay. So this person is a senior doctor who is much older than Dr. Razak. He's about 5 years older than him. And he's based in Accra. And his other people who are also backing this idea are also based in Accra. They are also much older. So they spoke with Dr. Razak, and he said, Haji Anima is involved in a group that do these things. And so why not contact her? Because we have been doing it. So Haji Anima was contacted. And she said, oh, so we have this and we are an executive and blah, blah, blah. So then she called me into it. I was like, okay, it's a good idea. Let's hear what they have to say. And they wanted to do a mini clinic, more of a surveillance, to find out the issues in our community, especially the Zongo community, and then what they can do to help. Their main thing is that we should do screening, and then we should do it on a large scale. You see, they want us to do like 3 sites simultaneously. Let's say we have like Tafo, Asawase, and then we have like Tech area. You know, all at the same day, we are doing everything together. You know. Yes. Yes.
What is their reason? I'm interested in what went into that decision.
Because they asked us like in a day or at a site, how many do we screen? And I said on average we can see about between 150 and 350. Okay, but they were looking at screening about 1,000 or more in a day. So if they want to do that, then we cannot do that at one center. You see, so they said that okay, then they would want to do it maybe 2 or 3 centers. And that they will, if it works out well, they want it to be like an annual affair. And because they are coming from Kumasi, they want to start from Ashanti region. Okay, then they can roll it out to other regions if it works out well. So we said, okay, fine. So they said, okay, why don't we do a budget for them? So we do a budget. Dr. Razak had it. So Dr. Razak is like their liaison. Okay, so he took our budget and then presented it to them. Okay, and then we came back and did some modifications. So finally, within the 2 weeks, he came to Kumasi today. So in the afternoon today at about 2 o'clock, Ajanima, Dr. Sani and myself, we met Dr. Razak, Dr. Ahmed Umar, that is the name of this man. He's a public health physician. I think he's quite reputable. And then Alaji Garba of Al-Balad, they were on that side. So we met them. And the discussions were one, that we should choose the communities. So they had approved a budget of 34,000 plus. They have approved it and they are ready to fund that budget. Okay. That would encompass the 3 sites. The discussion now is, do we agree as an executives that we can do this? And that if we can do it, are we committed to doing it? That is one. Number 2, the issue is the communities we are going to choose. How we have to choose communities that are not close together, so that if we make the announcement that we are having it in these 3 communities, people cannot easily move from one community to the other. So we can have the numbers gathering and then we are able to screen them. Number 3 is the mobilization of people to come in and then screen or do the work, you see. So in that respect, because this is like budgeted for, I've asked Ajia, I've even spoken to Nura, and then I've spoken to the medical students too, so that we start mobilization, okay, to get ideas around, like, can we get these numbers if we want them? So she said that we can get the numbers if we look at it. So now the number 5 is, when can we put it together, and the how of it? How are we going to mobilize the people, both the participants and the volunteers? You know, how are we going to mobilize them?
The
You
third
said
one,
the money is how much?
35,000.
million.
It's almost 35,000 Ghana cedis, yes.
That is
I'll put-
340 million.
Yes. Yes.
For the three,
for the three
or one,
For the three sites.
which
And it
means
includes
each one is 10,000,
each one is about 11,000 or
about
12.
11,000.
For
Yes.
how also for 1,000 people.
Are they buying the the medicines, everything? Are they going to give us?
Budget in the budget?
Yes.
35%.
Which one is
And this is how we did. Their budgets now drawn is
So the issue is that we are not doing medicines. We are not doing medicines.
Why?
We are
No
only doing
consultation, no
screening.
medications.
We are doing consultation, but we're not doing medicine because the issue with the medicines was that they said, how often can we do it? Do you get it? If you give somebody like what we have been doing, you get. Hold on. Can you hear me out when I finish? Then we'll go on. The reasons why the prescriptions or the medicines were taken out was that, number one, he said that their reason was this, that if you screen somebody and the person had hypertension and you gave them medication, the maximum we can give or we give at the screening is for how long?
1 week.
Sometimes 1 week. Now, after the 1 week, what happens? Will the patient go to the hospital? How do we know that? Do you get it? How do we know that this patient will go to the hospital?
Sister, me checking this. Okay.
That is one. Now, if the person goes to the hospital, you already started the antihypertensives. How would the person be convinced that this person had hypertension in the first place? How would that doctor be convinced? Okay. If the person was given enough medication, maybe for a month, after the month, he doesn't have insurance, he doesn't have anything, what will motivate this person to go back to the doctor, to the hospital? So what their aim was is to get people to know that you have this condition, and so go to the hospital or no. Do you get it? That is their aim, or that is all their aim of it. That we should screen and find out what is worrying our Zongos. Do you get it? That is their aim for it. And I spoke with them at length. Prescription, I told them, because people actually sometimes run out of prescriptions and then they come and you give them some, and they said that how often can you do this for free? I mean, you cannot give everybody a prescription. And invariably, almost every time when we go for screening, there are some people that we don't have drugs for. Well, hello, yes, I mean, yes.
You see, what you are saying, we are not going to do it at KNUST. We are talking about Zongo.
Yes.
So it is our Zongo. Let me tell you something. If you have 1,000 people in the queue waiting for their turn, and 3-5 people came and saw a doctor, and they will come out, they will ask, when Maganyan Kabaki,
correct.
When Maganyan Kabaka, no medicine.
That is their motivation.
You realize hundreds of them will go. Nobody will stay there. Baba Mukumi Abuzomasianaga.
Exactly. But you know that we've had screening where we have not had medicines and we've prescribed for them to
the target, the 1,000 target or the whatever 500 target will end up targeting 50 or 30 people. I'm telling you. So I don't know. Dr. Razak knew about this. So why is it that?
No, but he was so passionate about not giving prescription, because I told them that even if it is us, we have some medication here, we can actually take them. The last screening that we did with the direct aid, we have anti-malaria, we have this, we have it here. So if anything, we can actually and they said
the first one is successful, the second one will backfire because the information will go to TAFO. If you organize this at Abu Abo, The
No, we
second
are
one,
doing it all on the same day.
That is
Yeah.
what I'm looking at, how feasible that
I
one is.
mean,
I said the numbers and you
and with
say
each personnel.
3 times.
yes.
We are going to be doing this thing simultaneously. They are doing, we are
Yes.
doing, Batsman, we are doing it. Yeah.
Not yeah. It's my first strategy. Mo me.
Okay, bring the
Mo na
strategy.
say.
We are
Mo
listening.
feel say, yeah, na yeah.
Fast.
My first strategy be Now this is what hey. You know that the last screen we did at the Accra town. So
Yeah,
number one, they say medicines no
Nima-
is out.
Nima
Okay.
to
Me
any,
for
one
the
more.
budget no. Nima to akwada wo. Me for the budget no.
So what that
Yo, it's the same no.
Boss, you have it on
Yes.
bulletin, and that's how you can share.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
share it. But my main share a budget now. So what they are doing is that they are buying all the commodities that we already had.
Okay.
Well, and then they are going to keep the one for their programs at Dr. Razak's place. If we need them, we can. Maybe forward the way in Mama and Sana Matthias.
You can even share it on the screen.
I can share it on the screen. Okay, let me open it and then I'll share it. Okay, let me do a share content. Okay, AJ, can you make me a host so that I can share the screen? But it's a whole content. Can you see it? Why don't I share as a document? Okay, please, AJ, who are now new? Okay, let me claim host. I'm claiming it. I'm coming. So let me share the content screen. Everyone on your screen. So what are you seeing now? Nothing. Okay, start broadcast. Okay, so I'm coming. I'm sharing.
Okay.
What I have. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the itemized bill. You see, so they are buying Sphig, weighing scales, stethoscope, word screens, infrared thermometers, hemoglobinometer, Veronica bucket. Like these are for the logistics. So all of those things, the glucose strips, all those things they are getting.
So you did this budget for them. You and Nima did this budget for them.
No, we gave them. So you see, Dr. Razak himself also have been prescribing, right? He's been buying. So we told them some of the commodities that we needed, and then they also, so there's sometimes some of them theirs was even cheaper. So if he comes I think where he can buy his own, we'll give it to him to buy the items. We will only use what he has. We'll take what is for publicity, the snacks and TNT, and then the administrative stuff, the consumables. Those are the ones that we will take. The rest will be by them. Sorry, baby.
Okay. Okay.
So you can go through what is on the screen.
What?
So now the thing I need you us to do.
Banner, community public address system. Okay.
Maneno for. Is that
for now dry up? So are you okay with it? Or you have things to add on to it, please.
It's not clear.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not clear.
Me who know Eshusadodo.
Oh,
come
it's
to platform as well.
it's my forward into platform. So, mama,
I don't to platform so wait me after now.
Link the say why some in the Dahua Yeka. Ni man, my friend, Miss and ask some Dahua Yeka into Umbra.
Ma kwa je pene yesi ya beti bia screen mi ensa ade se nya mi elu. Microphone mo ya adu.
Oh, okay.
So can you see? Can you see it?
Yeah, it's clear now. It's better now.
It's better now. Okay. Okay. So
but I think the budget too is too small. Looking at the large
so what we are doing is that it's like at a setting, you're in 20,000. One setting is about 300 people. One setting is about 300, another setting 300, another setting 300. What I say? And yet to say one setting 1,000, another setting 1,000. They be the total three and a bear saying and a bear 1,000.
It's a very different days.
No, the same day.
Okay, yeah.
What I say? Say no. Hello.
Me too.
Say no. Me say. I said I'm person me fan in the say. Yeah. Fan to your team say bet me aye. Number one.
Okay.
Now say bet me aye. You see this Accra Town screening that I did with we did with the direct aid. I only called 3 medical students. No, almost I no, I'm not mere 4, and a MLS 4 no, no mere 3, and a doctors no a 2. Okay, and a dispensary 4 no, no mere 2. Okay. In the end, we had just about 10 volunteers. It was very efficient. We're able to see more than I think about 300.
Okay.
So what I was saying in this targeted that now can you executives no you bet choose sites no we are going to be like supervisors.
That was what I was thinking.
You have 3 sites now. Executives no you bet I'm at 3 sites no. Now your teams now you befano. We will have to prep those teams until we have those doing our registration, those doing the screening, and then those doing the consultation. And then the one who will be doing the data entry. Instead, like executives, anyway, you are handling this team. This 2 executives will handle so team 1, team 2, team 3.
Okay.
It's yes, our teams now. Then now location no. That is where the work comes. The day before, no, planning the location, setting your things up. The day of the event, no, setting your things up. Okay, that's one, and then getting your volunteers there. That will be the main thing. As for the food and the thing that we are used to doing it, the food and the snack and things, it won't be a problem. The TNT to make sure that we get the TNT, no. We did it 150 across board, and we hope that it will be. If it is small, we can always go and ask for more for the budget. So we can ask them that from our discussion, this is what we decided, and this is what you think we should do. I want to ask you, will 10 people be enough for a site, or we should increase it to maybe 15 for a site?
I think a minimum of 15, maximum of 15 is okay.
Maximum of 15 per site. Okay, so let's increase the volunteers to 15 per site. Okay, and then we'll recruit 4 for registration per site. We'll recruit 3 for screening, the medical screening, the lab work screening per site.
Dr. Asha, before you proceed, the registration, can we get someone who is computer literate to take charge so that they would be able to get data for like what they are intending looking at. Their main aim is to know.
But Unim said we always enter the data, but it is at the end. We don't enter it at the registration.
Oh, say I
After
have
what
paperless or a hospital see. Say once any pan buy ya what enter bibia data. Not just can be a simple prepon. Yes, 1,000 year will be answer.
What it means is that so
we need
and everybody behind everybody behind tablets. Into so call and I say at least registration doctors be tablets. Into so call baby on my lab now. On so many tablets or the be internet so. And let's say a Google Sheet, a bit me Google Sheets. There the ama obi our phone.
Okay.
Yeah, Google Sheet obi our phone. Into say obo data anima we are. Now ebe appear another person's honum. Now do you get it? You can have access to the same Google Sheet. We can think about it that way. Then you just use your phone as the tablets. Then that one there it can work.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we can do like a Kobo Collect, like a questionnaire. Then we'll give it to. But the issue is that if we give it to, how can you both have access to the same person? That is just what I'm thinking about. I think
I'm sure that this idea is laudable, but not my case study. I study on this particular way. We can try it when we have just. But with this way, I'm sure it's too soon for us to use this one to try it. Especially with this number.
My issue with the data collection was that at the end, at consultation, when we will have another table for somebody who will be taking the papers and entering it in the laptop. So
it's okay.
Like what we have been doing in our previous ones.
Because we might be overwhelmed with numbers, and then this system might go to. Until we need a backup. And yes, Anna, and Kayamfa way in a way. Let's finish with this one because this one is going to be quite a daunting task. It's going to be a challenging one, but like you're saying, we have to kill it. Because
we just the motivation behind this, the reason why I say we can do it, because they want it to be an annual affair. And they are willing to coming up. And they are willing to do it, to even do more if we are able to execute it. You see, and they are just there and they have the money to give.
Proposals and Cassia no magis can inti massa. Yama dear Ninya, now or more mobile and motivate to Munomunia.
Okay. They are more money back budget who be more fan count because I told them they will feedback in 1 week. They're going to consult the executives. And then
Islam come on board. Let's look at it.
What you agree, no? Then now, please, what we need to get out of here is the communities, no?
Okay.
The communities, the 3 communities that we are going to screen. And then the timing of the screening. Okay. And then I'm say a rebranding. Who's a thing that I help with? Say a no be your money a dimbia. Every year be a society na ebe can patrim. Who's say yeah.
Take you off your sharing document no.
Me take you off no. Sorry. Yeah. Mami stop the screen sharing. Has it stopped?
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. Okay. So what was I saying? So I'm saying that we should identify the 3 communities.
Oh, Hajani Masu Nyayo. What the link and our data has a data sign. If your data sign.
This or refresh you want to reset.
Watch a clear so data.
I know media near you. To me, do phone on Dr. Mohammed do phone.
Yes, I can click a link in order to WhatsApp. So I click here, do the Bahu Streets.
Yeah,
congestion, nipa 5 penal congestion. In few. So restart to phone and let's start again.
Oh, Babani Apple.
Okay.
Okay, let's proceed. And Timame may have said, Dr. Asha, in Konyane, canopy, place I be ya.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Have you factored all that? Because I be budgeted for 1,000. If I say each EBS, be paying minimum of 150.
Canopy anyway, now budget anymore.
So, okay.
I don't know. Say when you place I here canopy now, so we can add that money to do other things.
Exactly.
It can be in a big mosque, it can be, in a big yard, all those things. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And a day no so say date and day.
now community communities no. Say
communities they say it's easy to get.
No, but we should decide on which one to choose. That would be easy for us to do.
Yeah, okay.
And then say executives no, choose a community. Yeah. We should also nominate ourselves that we can be volunteers or supervisors in that community.
In those communities, okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to choose say 3 you choose.
3. You choose 3 communities no. I be no. Na choose dates. Na budget no, me the better platform. Na ma share the mo pese de kaka ho na yen fa nka ho.
Na Aija Zongo.
Sawaba, Aija Zongo, okay. And Tafo. Okay. Please, any more ideas? Sawaba, Aija Zongo. Tafo.
And then you have 3 different I said in different communities and not Tafo.
Different communities.
Until yes, Anna, Adara supervising zone 1, zone 2, zone 3.
Pato, do you agree to that? Do you agree to the Sawaba? But they wanted Central Mosque, say about what Central Mosque area.
Say none of it taking care of the Aswansi. Into
here movie Sawaba and Central Mosque area wanana.
There been to Monka Aswansi na Central Mosque. So per Central Mosque back the Aswansi should be one of the communities.
Sawaba is in Nasa. Sawaba Aswansi.
Sawaba ka Aswansi.
Sawaba.
None obi be free Sawaba aba Central Mosque.
Omumba.
The American Dr. Aisha, what's the American Nasi?
Okay.
Central Mosque, let's be candid and choose Asawase community.
Kan tudu side Kakrani, AEB, Alaba, Eko de Chamso. But it's so briefly so about the bed. It will be difficult.
Inti yemfa aswase hono community be na yebefa.
So Aswase is also a community, Anna.
No, it's a whole district.
You are breaking.
Aswase is a whole district. So we have to choose. If you are choosing the Central Mosque area, which is about number, we are choosing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The organizers, they wanted one to be from Aswase
district.
It's we ain't choosing community be Aswase. A bit me mobilizing Kofana Mama Baho.
Mobilization is it going to be the more transportation, and I said they are coming by themselves.
Why the umbabe screening no? In Kofana Momufi, but the transportation. Hey,
there be mess and mean, and it possible. Bubble free. Bubble free medical.
Question, sir.
So, mobilization. How to
mobilization
mobilize
about sensitization, no, media awareness.
mosque, assembly people, no, one community people now, more, and America about mobilization.
Okay.
And yeah, about say it, and a banners now, for since and then I mean, Kafra into Obeko of the say Afra Zoom near
Yayache, and that the
yeah, 1 hour, say.
What's a 1 hour?
Mr.
2 hours, 8 minutes, more than that, see, you can't spend it.
Mr. Sorry, Mr. Ramo. It's ye choose a Ijazongo. Ye choose as I was saying, ye choose community now as and ye choose tafo. Inti say no. As I was saying no. He found a yen never.
So as to the Sabozongo.
In the Sabozongo. Sabozongo. Should we use the central mosque itself or where in Sabozongo? Because I mean impact there.
Can use Sheikh Abdul Samad Park. Mosque.
Samadania. Okay. Bet me some auditorium no. A big auditorium.
More. I know Manchan Crack Akikadan already.
Okay.
And I said Ghana Legend.
And I say fam.
Ghana Legend.
Ghana Legend. Anyway, fam.
Sabozongo.
Okay. Inti sebe ni sadia.
No matter me, maybe I will no money is Scadi.
Ghana, near sure. So you need a mox. Ramadani and the same mox.
A big mox.
Ghana Legend, I don't know. So I question. Well, maybe I for no veterans for no. Titifono Muko, Akono, office on. Basanga for him fear side on.
Okay.
And some we can even block a street on there easy.
But some you see Central Mosque nanke easier because on the Penifona or more dear than any munina, they can easily talk to them.
Central Mosque, you saw, I just say you saw a clinic or land that a clinic or side.
I only okay, yeah, but near the tent, so they will come.
Because I must see your boo on them, and I heard them a
a clinic side a front one, no. Mox Nankasa Hona construction.
Seems like everybody's life is breaking.
Say I change a bit break it. So those are a bit continue. Let's agenda. Yeah, agenda too. Make I say more feedback. Into the agenda, no, on these two conditions. You think about which community you want to be supervising in, and then the second one is that the budget. Look at it critically and decide on what you think you should add to it.
And
the third
one, where to be partner. I'm thinking, say, if it is going to be 3 executives, we are like, say, yes, and yeah. Let's just divide ourselves into. Then we'll each take one. But to think, say, I am thinking I want to be here. This one is thinking. Whichever would
no, someone
Sonia, I think I side with say bia me fan say me say tafo ho no e ho be difficult amamia obi also on ti tafo so obi ti ben tafo so it will be easier, so I think say you that forum now and can get bad.
Then those who are undecided can be shared across.
Can be shared on top. That's all.
But we'll make sure we have a minimum number that will be effective.
Exactly.
And
yeah, 10 on one. I say number.
Okay. Inti
patrons. I'm saying I have 14. We patrons with film. Now we a friend is saying every more. Abiba. Yeah, no. Meaning. Say baby 10 around. Idris, you may
say 7 of us were here. Na Toma na intimi amba.
Aha, Nantoma ne.
Asana.
Dr. Sani so intimi amba. Sana so intimi amba. Okay.
Yeah, the Dr. Sani Kaye mo.
Onka huo na fuso
Don't so a patron no.
Oi, Kaye only empaninka. Sally and Dr. Dianeka, you know.
I know what
And Abiba. Aha.
Oh, okay. Okay. Inti ye di besi ha. Nyame adoma.
Me pacho nyama ye hwe for date and time nso ka ho ma me why wadaro.
Me pacho mo Wednesday be okay amama na. Wednesday obi ama ye mbuaye why.
So there's going to
it's
be
my
a Zoom
deadline by
meeting
Wednesday obi afa ni mu ayento platform no so because Zoom no enti time.
Me pacho yes anye Zoom no Wednesday.
I think that platform no so they made a typing and I was sending but wait there nke you.
Come up. Okay, let's me I me know the yeah their voice. Okay, beja voice at all.
You be Zoom.
Zoom bad. It's been successful at least. We've had a successful discussion.
Okay. Inti the me anye no our own activities. It's been stalling for some time. Since I'm person this Zoom series but na ye share. Sena ebetimi a ginger yen activities no online at least. And the next thing was for next year our plan of work at least let's say it's me your annual general meeting by Akubi next year. Na yen formally elect say ubeba re-election so then yen formally inaugurate national ni regional ni the no you get it na yen ye bibi. I don't know, but I think we need to do something next year. Apart from our health screening, and then we have to adopt a substantive project. Something that is tangible, something that the MOX project,
my sister, okay, tangible in a Makai, breast awareness day, be. Like a month of October, enyan sign. Yentini mankrofo yi what it takes. Say be bring a breast one for no on board no matter with this community screening free screening. They should have medicine also me pacho no monka. Na me raise the issue be I forgot to. Now what you say main trainer we. Na make us say be watch it.
Ni ma wo ha mama nin kan about medicine ni mama.
Obiache M said she couldn't join. She has tried several times. It wasn't successful. Because I've called her on 2 different occasions. She has not been able to.
Okay.
Na me can say a friend is saying, what check your BBP maybe 200 110, which is high. Who Jenny Panama na kofi. Oni skebia won. Say zongo no so sister. Especially sa akokodena na nka medem wo konsan ka udru ya nka obehunu how deprived people are. Obi ho na edura san o. Otifie ska wo de kwa keke no na ye issue. Enye say bia insurance. Obi also cry insurance woni bi. So going for the who say amount for was serious issue, especially one any skill mo be insurance. When I say among
the momo me mfa kakra nka ho ti say dia mini kanan e bia omoba no mo nkuta duro mfa nkwa me de nyame I know say medicine is actually a motivation to why
it's a motivation. So I was saying budget the young country woman we should sit down with them, let them understand. Say sanka krana yedema woman no eboa ama nipa no sa kasa che na eto na adwunim na me hia mo na wuntimi mo am ya wutumi fo menya wodai. Have you
already
seen that?
Already condition or saba mo asa
condition. What man the state? The state no so nye. Na nya no so wentimi anya hwe amboa no. I mean, where do we go?
Screen to
so
them
even
to
so telling you that
so we should let them understand the realities on the ground. Say we've been doing it, and there are times people now say papa ba akona make us obi try priority 200 na 220 110 was say na say
we need some.
And let them know the reality. I think say because I records say these are the reality. Maybe a records no, but we have not been able
and
to.
And this is how we have been knowing that. Say a year, this is our trademark. We go and then we give medication. But into say but say It's expected. You understand?
So
And to my young free or totally like that.
At
least we should have a
media support to be they should just
near farmer no more muhia
and
those with said baby we're not prioritizing now giving to only Enqualano. We were
I
giving
remember
them and then the anti-helminthics. Yeah, so that's totally like that often there. Pampa,
yes, if it means said on board, near no meaning Jojo on Zoom now.
Monsanko can't tell
you walk. Oh, there's a can I say any for Mombra Zoom? So yeah, I can't
Okay. Now, so when you record
yes,
mobile penny, make sure recording, baby, yeah, discuss it, you know. Now, maybe I send you some.
Yes, we agree.
This is what we do for them. This is what we have done all this week. And yes, I want to actually ADDA, Baba, from Crofoy, my action aid for Sakata. Now they improve way, then after the
what has happened?
Well,
and see, please, we have given that green light. Take that
portion
and send it to them.
Maybe I said many Dr. Wazaka, but their points were strong. Maybe because I am for us, I couldn't really still articulate his points as he said it.
Maybe because they are your bosses, so you didn't want to push your agenda through.
Probably that could also be.
Wait, Nigeria for best absolutely. What can it happen?
President.
Yes, I mean.
Dr. Razak, when him cinnamon, why you can say one kasa.
So here's on go for
a bad honor. More madra, Busar says one of Busa, dear no Busano. Bakabamu Maganiba. Busano. So, what imagine we have to say.
But I mean, you understand, say, and you will be here. Won't say sometimes you bet me I should be I come and say, oh, come okay.
When they come, they ask, your Dr. Bakabani Maganibo. So, you see, what they move.
What your friends, I mean, Chawano. Obeje this Friday, ya will be back on Fanotiha. One of the security men, your security and a year about cats have a venasi. Ya we are man a draw so function as you. Mamma Quaco use me say who Namcas or bar review. You'll be say, your money being no just the fact that your man of so on said take a now why you okay no. The woman thinks that once she didn't swallow, because the young man and until Mamma Sasha Pabwabet and Camina the Amenia. So you see medicine psychologically, you feel it. What about hospital and there be no him say, what money be so
but it's ignorance not part of it. It's ignorance.
Correct.
The woman
So we are not
educated.
So we can educate them as well when it comes to that aspect.
The realities is that no more benina na your mom drew. Obi oba no okay, your man and that is the fact. You can't take that one.
Exactly.
In my submission, it's not because if the nipa 10 geri ebechum, then another set of 5 came. Echum before ye be hunono na 50 ko. Because one send that embam bedila ma meduru so ne taking the height ni weight ni na ka say oh abinga tie kwamfa no chi ya za game ma maybe big ba fuska mo ba na manza ai la duba screen here kono say mo dey am to work adwuma so you don't listen to them sometimes we na currents no ye ju obi aduro wanga so kabaki wanga man na do ni gida
what
some of them to na mo church we do we are currents no we heard them we so she waga mo kazo na tun da safin na
Semo, Gontiaka free or bam wash any free one in some
or person by no coffee fire a drug kesia on tini dida. No, what the bamano. Almost cancer. Some of us in the
Say
team
na
said,
ye ni
I
on my
grew
side
there.
any star way into no ye
Oh,
totally
it's
so
probably
mu ye
the
free
this
is unlike us.
the
Into
medicine
my
is the
kakra, how my kakra found. Why?
me battery
Okay.
not do more.
Okay, and the the best here,
Alright,
yeah,
okay.
nyame aduma Wednesday, say na match kano, me pacho.
Yeah.
Ye nyina ye mfa adwen. Volunteers no. Ye be start say ye be recruit omo. Ena the baby a community a obetimi akọ no, me pacho. Na wa my aswati. Ena o feel say if there are any bottlenecks, things that o anticipate na maka drugs no asemi. If there are any other things that mobe anticipating, let us know as well. And then the other issue is about the publicity. We'll have to also have another discussion on how we would do the mobilization. Right? Okay. Until a person closing the meeting, if there are any other comments, please, we are free to. If not, we close it and adjourn it to Wednesday, please.
Is it going to be the same 8 to 10? They are not new.
Let
me know. Let me know.
Ajara na una ono aduane. Enya una ono.
Me pacho time be the be ama.
11:20.
Because usually by 8 the nanka nkolana aye settle down. Now person you know 7 so there afi na o bompa ye o
enka 5 enka 4 to 6 can you possible misa
ya ono aduane so what Wednesday we calculate we said that
I'm calculating to me bisa say if majority should carry the vote. They say majority na na wa ha no.
Okay, it depends on please.
Let's
on
look at
Wednesday,
it. And 4 to 6.
Okay.
Please,
yeah,
majority.
So 4 to 6.
Who are in for?
Wednesday 4 to 6.
Why don't we talk about it on the platform? Put it on the platform.
Yes.
Then we'll see. Then we can factor that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but yeah.
In the shake me fire quay.
Salatu ala Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilma. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'al sabra sahla in shi'ta ya rabbal alamin in shi'ta ya rabbal alamin. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Please obey a very quick one, me pacho. Instead of, so almost like you don't agree with the prescription. Instead of the prescription, could we talk about insurance renewal? If
that's
they
perfect.
Could
that's perfect.
Get
very perfect.
So I'm say yeah, sure way. And they go for no insurance. Say we no yeah renew more.
Yeah, renew more free of charge. That would be very fine. And that's a perfect one.
That could be.
So that please sell the two ideas to them. That's very perfect suggestion.
The renewal. Are you going to get somebody from that? And I'm over you so online to do it. You are going to generate their account. I don't get it. I don't see. I don't know.
What it means is that
this is only NHIS for Nico Kasa. Mobile mobile conform mobile.
Yeah, Kasa
okay.
They said they should cash it or move first so. I bet me the renew amount for the no very simple renewal the no. And just by insurance office, but renewal they renew. It's a simple process altogether.
Who should put money on this wallet?
The organizers. If they are against prescribing medicines, then they should renew their card so that they can go to the hospital.
Perfect.
Very, very, very good idea.
What you say?
Okay.
And the Nyamenka home.
But yeah, the kakra na ye wono ye de beka ye de beba. Expiry date back. Who's the last time? I remember you told me some of the drugs has expired. Na me shame pa.
Be expired.
Enti ya yemfa ye de na egugu ni nyinambra na yemfa ma wo monense.
Okay. Yo.
Okay.
Let me see when your friend Zongo health check. What do you think? And I'm wondering, what do you think we should do?
Zongo
What's
health
it,
check.
Zongo?
Muslim
No,
health no
but
be
no,
fine.
one income.
Yeah, the Muslim health check and a Muslim
Dr. Aisha,
community.
we're two minus and on and young kumuye.
Now in the make sure the my end there. I make us like I said made that by now. My two makeup and that.
We're two minus I do young one. It's in any young kumuye, munyano.
What do we call it? Should we call it Muslim whatever health screening or what
Oh,
should
they
we
are
call it?
behind Honey and Pambrachiri.
Yo,
It's
okay.
yeah, no
And
kind
then
issues no.
yo, okay.
Issues to be addressed no why. Nafato platform no
Yo.
so apa na adwene mra.
Yo, okay. Yo. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu.
Good night.
Good night to you all. Inshallah, Gadan.